What is good, YouTube? It is your boy JR4, aka the Rat Lord, and in today's video we are covering the best controller settings for Warzone after the Season 3 and Verdansk update. Now I know a lot of y'all are probably some new and returning players coming back to Warzone, coming back to play Verdansk, and your settings may not be up to date. And trust me when I tell you, your settings make or break this game. So you're definitely going to want to be using the best settings in general, and like I said, this video is here to tell you the best controller settings. We're going to give you no recoil, we're going to give you better movement, we're going to give you aimbot, or at least the closest thing to it. I mean, if you want to hit shots like this, oh my god, aimbot. Oh my god. Oh yeah, he's behind the truck,
Oh, there's a car on it. There's a car pulling up. Oh, he's right here.
Yep. Easy. There he is. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Then be sure to watch the rest of this video. Also, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. Alright, to start with, let's go over to the controller settings. Now, let's just lay out some ground rules. Your boy does play on PC, and I do play with the Scuff Envision controller. But let's get started for real. For your button layout, you want to be playing on tactical. Now, it's simple. You want to be playing on tactical because you want to be able to crouch with your right stick. This helps you with your slide cancels. So trust me when I tell you, you definitely want to play on tactical. Next up, for your horizontal and vertical sensitivity, you want to be playing at 1.65. Now, this is the sweet spot. However, if you are a slower paced player, meaning if you just like to camp, if you just like to play tactical, hold the angle, then probably you might want to put this down to 1.6. And on the opposite of that, if you are a movement demon and you like to flick around your aim, then you probably want to be playing at 1.7. But like I said, the sweet spot is 1.65. Next up, your boy likes to shoot with his bumpers, so I got these on flip. So instead of using the triggers, I'm using the bumpers. That's just personal preference. Like I said, you don't have to copy the setting down. But what you definitely want to copy down is controller vibration. You want to make sure this is turned off, because like we said, if you use controller vibration, if you like that controller vibrating while you play, then you, my friend, are sus. If you like sticking the controller up your ass, then just say that. Alright, but for real though, let's go over to dead zone inputs, because this is another major setting that you want to fine tune. Now, for your left stick minimum, this is your movement, right? This is how you move around, this is how you sprint. You want to put that all the way down to 0. However, for your left stick max, you want to put this down to 60. Now let's go over the right stick minimum. It's this stick right here. This is your most important stick on your controller because this controls your aim. Now, the sweet spot for this setting is between 2 and 4. However, it does depend on your controller. So if your controller is old and you got a lot of stick drift, then you might want to turn this up. I personally do have a little bit of stick drift on my controller, so I play with it at 3. Because yes, you do want a little bit of tension. You do not want to be playing at 0 or 1 right stick minimum. You want to at least be playing at 2 to 4. Because like we said, this stick right here controls your aim, so you do want a little bit of tension. You want to be as accurate as you can be. Next up, for your right stick max, you want to put this at 99. And then for your left triggers and your right triggers, I'm gonna be honest, they don't really matter. However, if you want, you can turn them all the way down to 0. Next up, let's go over to the aiming tab. Now, let's click on a sensitivity multiplier. Let's go all the way down to ADS sensitivity multiplier. Now, I know a lot of y'all are probably playing Verdansk. I know a lot of y'all, like we said, are some new and returning players. So what you probably want to do if you are a slower paced player is probably play at 0.9 or 0.95. You know, because on Rebirth Island and Resurgence, you know, it's a lot of fast pace, it's a lot of action. However, on Verdansk, it's very slower paced and it's way more tactical, and there ain't a lot of respawn options. Once you die on Verdansk, your game is more than likely cooked. So you want to make sure that you are staying alive and playing slow. So if you do play that way, I do recommend playing on 0.95. However, I personally play at 1.0. Next up, let's go over to the aiming advanced settings. Now, you want to make sure that your ADS sensitivity transitional timing is set to instant, and you want to make sure that your aim response curve type is set to dynamic with the aim response curve slope scale of 0.94. These settings right here are pretty much the only aim assist options we have. So like we said, the best one to use is dynamic. You can't change your normal aim assist. Everybody plays with the same aim assist. The only thing you can change is your aim response curve type and your ADS sensitivity transitional timing. Another setting you can put on is your custom sensitivity per zoom. So if you want to make sure that your snipers have a faster sensitivity, then I do recommend turning these up a little bit. But me personally, I leave these off. See, like how I was saying before, there is no other aim assist option. The only thing we got right here for aim assist is just turning it on and turning ADS aim assist on. Now I'm going to put you on for real with the secret setting that not a lot of people are talking about. You're going to want to go over to your motion sensor settings, go over to motion sensor advanced settings, and you want to scroll down till you see something called FOV sensitivity scaling. You want to make sure that this is turned off. Most of these settings we already have turned off, but the game by default has this turned on. So you want to make sure that you turn this off to get that snappy aim and to get that aimbot. All right, but that was it right there. We just went over all the best controller settings and the best aim settings. We will go over to the best movement settings. However, let's go over the best settings to control your recoil and give you no recoil whatsoever, making you a human laser just like your boy. To change your recoil settings, you're going to want to go over to your graphic settings and go to the view tab. Now, as you can see right here, you want to be playing at 120 FOV. If you don't like 120, if you don't like that it's too zoomed out, then you can probably play around 115. But just know that the further the game is zoomed out, meaning the higher your FOV, the less recoil you will have. Another setting right here is the ADS field of view. Make sure that is set to affected. And also make sure that your weapon field of view is set to wide. Also make sure that your world motion blur and the weapon motion blur are turned off, and that your first person camera movement is set to least 50%. Like I said, all these settings right here give you no recoil. So you're definitely going to want to make sure you copy all of this down. And while you're here, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more Warzone tips and tricks and meta loadouts. You know we're going to be coming out with crazy new content for Warzone and the Verdansk update. We're going to be putting y'all boys on, so you better subscribe right now and click that notification bell. Yes, sir. All right, now let's go over back to controller settings to go over the best movement settings. Now, you want to make sure that you are playing with tactical sprint assist. You want to make sure that your sprint assist delay is set to 0, and you want to make sure that your sprint assist sideways is on and sprint assist backwards is on. Next up, we got mantle assist, turn that off. We got crouch assist, turn that off, and we got corner slice. Most people play with this off, but if you like it, you can turn it on. It doesn't help or hurt you, in my opinion. It's just preference. Next up, we got slide and dive behavior. Now, the best setting to play on is hybrid. I know that a lot of y'all are probably new and returning players, so you're not used to the omni movement, but trust me when I tell you, you definitely want to play on hybrid, because not only can you slide, but you can also dive, which can help you get out of sticky situations. You know, if you're running off a rooftop, you can hit a quick dive to go further. So hybrid is the way to go. Next up, we got automatic airborne mantle. You want to make sure this is turned off. However, if it is locked for you, if you can't edit this setting, then you want to go down to motion advanced settings and make sure that your grounded mantle is also turned off. So yeah, make sure your automatic airborne mantle is turned off. Make sure sprint restore is turned on, slide maintain sprint on, parachute automatic behavior, turn that off, mantle cancels reload, turn that off. Let's go over to your movement advanced settings. The only thing you need to change right here is, like we said, make sure grounded mantle is turned off. You want tactical sprint activation to be on single tap run. This gives you that fluid movement, like we said also before. You want to make sure that you are playing on tactical sprint assist. This also gives you that speed boost movement. Because yeah, even though they did raise the TTK on Verdansk and Rebirth Island, you know, even though you do die a lot faster now, your movement is still a big factor. So you want to make sure that you do have fluid movement, and you want to make sure that you are doing everything in your power to try to evade the gunshots and run away and save your life. Next up, let's go over to your combat settings. Now, the only thing you really need to change right here is to obviously make sure that you're playing with armor plate behavior, apply all. Let's go over to the combat advanced settings. You want to make sure that you are interact and reload behavior is set to prioritize interact. But that should be it. We just went over all the best controller settings that you need to be rocking for Verdansk and for Warzone Season 3. Whether you're playing on Rebirth Island or Verdansk, it don't matter. These settings work overall for everything. These are the best settings, like we said. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. Also, let me know in the comments down below if these settings do help you out, and let me know if I missed anything as well, or let me know anything you recommend I change. But appreciate y'all boys for watching. Catch y'all boys in the next one. Deuces.